Hey, good evening, everybody, brothers and sisters. Hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to give a little update video, but also just thank you all for watching the videos and sharing them. And it's good for this way, those younger folks that we share the videos with, if they've never heard the word of the Lord, it's for us to, you know, share the gospel with them. So this way, they could seek Jesus Christ. Because you don't want younger folks, uh, not knowing the power of Christ. So I think it's important that we at least share videos and try to bring as many that are younger, bring them to the Lord. But we always pray that these videos fall on their hearts, and that they enjoy, either the garden or the bikes, and that that they seek the Lord. God is good all the time. Put Him first in everything we do, brothers, and what could go wrong? When Christ is with us, who can be against us? And don't worry about the future, because the battle has already been won with Christ. Because the devil doesn't know what's in store for him. So the video is gonna probably get a little bit of wind, and I hope it's not getting air right now. But if I feel it blowing, I'll just stop until I get to a place that's not. But I want to take it into what's been growing. So always put the good Lord first. Got one of our first roses come out, and the trees that I trimmed, like this one and that one, I also did to that one. I like the way they came out. So hopefully in a couple weeks they're going to be all full of like purple flowers. They're going to look very nice. I cleaned up everything down there in the bottom under the tree. Just looking for some weeds and that tall stuff. I haven't quite finished yet. I still gotta, that's okay, that stuff. I worked on that side of that plant for a little bit, but I gotta clean up the bottom of that one like I did the other two. So these are my rosemaries. They've been doing great since I've been out here. These two are like one, they're different than those three. Those three are like wetter or juicier, and these seem to be like more, you feel the wind, huh? Kind of more dry, but they smell great when you water them, like right now. And then here's our, I think it's an apricot. It's all green now. So she's coming through. Yahoo! She's growing. Clean up all this down here. Clean up into there. And there. And I don't know if I talked to you guys about the rocks that I got. Put around the whole perimeter. And there's my buddy right there. See my little buddies? Right there, I'll zoom in. There's one. See him? Say hello, that's Mr. Lizard. I got a bunch of them. Anyways, that's growing, and that one. And I've been cleaning it out. There's a couple little stray pieces of grass I gotta pull out, but it's getting better. We did all this. This is our pomegranate, as you can see. The pomegranates love this place. The lady who sold it to us told us that these pomegranates are for the high desert. And look at that right here. Look at that. Look at that. This is a Stella cherry. So she's gonna do good. Get all excited when they come out. Just like those. See, it's coming out. So in a couple weeks, that pile and that one right there, they'll all be nice and green. They look very nice. I've been collecting a lot of the weeds that I took out in the back everywhere, like that. And I dry them out for fuel, right there. I got a whole bag left. I'm gonna just put it there, let it dry out, and maybe consider using it for something. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. You can use it as ground covering, I guess, too, huh? Anyways, I just want to show you what I did in the back. Right here, I haven't done anything. We just got a weed eater, and we were working on the whole easement in the backyard. The whole back. Let's go back there. Because the easement is my responsibility, because my property is like 4 feet behind the fence. So it's your property, you gotta keep it clean. So today I did all this right here. So from like right there up the hill right there, and then this whole path right here. I cleaned all this out today. Took all the weeds off from down there. So I'm just gonna leave these grow for now. But in the back, it was nowhere near as bad as this. I cleaned all this up. And here's another plant that's coming back. This is a lemon. And lemons are hard to grow up here. But she's been in the ground for like 3 years, and I told Becky, let's just leave it in there 1 more year, see what she does. I think she's gonna do fine. I think she has a starting chance to grow. Same thing happened over here with this one. Let me get the fence. This one too, we had it in a pot because we were taking care of it. I said, well, maybe it's time to put it in the ground. Put it in, and then, you know, of course, winter season came, and we covered them so that they wouldn't die. And now look, it's got some growth. So I'm happy about that. So here's what's growing. I still got to figure out what that is. I think it's got like little corn husk, but I need to research it because I never planted those, but they came from the bird food. So I gotta figure out what that's gonna look like. But a lot of this is just compost from the food, vegetables and stuff. That's why there's a lot of those growing. I think that's the watermelon again, or the squash. Then we got these right here. Got quite a few of those. Hold on, the wind's blowing. Sorry about that. That's a sunflower seed. And there's some more over there. All these are coming out from last year. I had a bunch of stalks right here of sunflowers, really tall. Sorry about the wind. And all the seeds, of course they fall over here. But this thing right here, gotta hide from the wind. That is a peach tree that I ate, that I bought at a store, and I had it drying for like 2 years. And then I finally put it in here in the garden, and now she's off to the races. Here's another surprise right here. I don't discriminate. That's a little Matilda. I don't, if I see whatever seed's gonna grow, I let them grow. And right here I got my aloes. This was given to me by my brother Hugo down the street, and man, she loves it there. Cousin Roger gave me those right there. And then these little cactuses, I got them from the neighbor next door. But this one's not doing too well. I gotta replant them and stuff. But the aloe's doing great. Yeah. So that's the update. So out of that back fence up to, parallel to that fence, you go back about, I don't know, about 10 feet. There's like a triangle. And then on the other side of the pole is my property line. So I got to clean up the whole easement in the back there. It wasn't too bad. We had, what do you call it? Well, a lot of weeds didn't grow back there, which was good, So, and the reason why we got to cut them, so in case the fire marshal comes by, he doesn't, give you a notice. So we clean it up. It hasn't happened so far, so we always keep it clean. What else? Let's see. We cleaned up all this too just recently. There was a lot of weeds growing down there. Got to use vinegar and soap. Got this one growing here. She's natural from the desert. She got killed a couple of times, clobbered, because when they were putting the fence up, she got clobbered. But guess what? She says, "I'm back." They're resilient, those plants. There's a couple back here that I have that they grow very nice right there. So she's been there for a while, and I cut her down, but she won't go away. She'll stay, just like these three right here. Hey, the roots are very deep, that's why. Today, we'll move the camper, put it back in the front yard. Get out of the wind. So, this is a small piece of that one, because those two pieces were together to make one long one like that. But we had cut those legs down because when we had it built on a slant, I had cut the legs. That's why it sits shorter to the ground. But God willing, what we're going to do is right there, right smack in the middle, we're going to put a 8x14 greenhouse. We're going to put some, what is it, like 3x6 by 1 foot high garden beds. Like those garden beds are like 2x8s. So we're going to leave those there for a while. But yeah, God willing, we're going to build it right there. And then just put like I said, I'll show you right now in front. And then we just saw the truck there. There's the Birdman's bike shop right there. Right through that door. Why Birdman's bicycles? Because I'm the Birdman. And these are my bicycles. That's why it's called Birdman's Bikes. All my bikes. All 17 of them. Well, actually 15 because one's a little girl's bike. And the other one is still under commission. We haven't restored it at all. Because when you have a yard this big, you know, if I were to be building the bikes right now, this backyard would be a mess, you know, worse. Kind of like this. But we left it there for a reason. You know, it helps keep the sand down too. See, here's another one. And some sunflower. Oh, I'll show you this tree. This tree, there are actually two trees. We bought that one, which is, I believe, is a plum. But this one came in it, and I think it's an apricot. I know you can taste it by the leaves. You know, that's how my neighbor told me how to do it. Just get the leaf and, you know. It's not a peach. Kind of bitter. I don't know. We'll figure it out. These boxes right here. These are my. Make sure there's no wind. We placed these on the ground. We leveled them off to put some stuff up here. We never put anything in there, but I did put soil in that one. And then we grew a few things, but when the plants are too far away from the main garden where you're gonna watch food grow, you tend to not check on them. So we're gonna take both these planters and take out all the soil, and then on this one we'll just take it out and leave all the wood there piled up, because we're going to use those two planters in the greenhouse. That's what we're going to do. Scooby-Doo. I like it. I like it. All right. So that's the tour of the garden. It's fun, you know. Keep busy. Just keep it clean. So as we go out there at night on that where the grass is that's that artificial grass. We got some lights right there in that where that barbecue pit is. We just light it up there, and they're solar powered, so they look nice at night. Maybe I'll make a quick video on that one tonight. But anyways, I just wanted to say is again, thank you all for watching the videos, taking the time. And it's good to share the word with others, especially there's You know, there's always somebody going through something. And when they're going through something, you know, I think it's good for them to keep their eyes on the Lord to help them through it, because we're all going to go through things, but it's how we get through them is what Christ helps us with. Just like right there, the ambulance is going there. They're sending out the fire truck. It feels nice tonight too. The temperature is nice. I know it was hot recently, but it's not as hot today. It feels good. When it gets too hot, then when we're out there, you know, working with, what do you call it? Oh, you know what? Let me show you one more piece. Because I don't think I've been outside the fence to show you the rocks. So, look at the keys. And we'll take a walk outside. Because there was a... Oh, maybe the wind's going to act up. Hold on. Gotta unlock the fence. So that's where we put the camper at. It's got plenty of room. I mean, I got like 9 parking spots in this driveway. I think the house, when they sold it to us, they said there's 9 spots to park. So 3 in the garage, and you could park 6 in the driveway. I think you could fit 12, personally. And not so much that. Sorry for the wind. Read this. All the gravel that was brought by the builder that did all the work in the back. So all this is worked on that tree. So all those rocks all the way to the fence, and that big rock and all the way to the front. We put them in. Got them from yours truly, from across the street. Thanks to the brother, he set me up with some rocks. These rocks are the ones, these I bought. But from here, all this, I helped this guy out. He needs to desperately get him off his property. And he has a whole lot more. So that's what you do. You help a brother out. Because they're on him to get rid of the stuff. So here's another view of the garden. So I got one bicycle over there. I got another one right there. I like it. There's gonna be right there in the middle by the cross. There's already a couple red flowers coming up. And then this one's gonna turn green pretty soon. She always does. She's still sleeping. She thinks she's Snow White or something. I don't know. She took a break for the winter, and she doesn't want to come back. Maybe she's scared, eh? She's scared of the world. I don't blame her. There's my lizard over there too. Yeah, the lizards love it here. Just to let you guys know. And when I find them dead, I bury them over there under the birdhouse. Because that used to be what I used to call my garden in La Puente, Los Tres Lagartijos. The 3 dead lizards, because I had a cage that I had built with my daughter for our guinea pig. We built her this long wooden cage so she could run around, and she loved it in there. But once she passed away, the cage was sitting out back, and what happened was a couple of lizards got stuck in those little square holes. So I had to get rid of I had to disassemble it. Anyways, I'm glad we have time to share this story in the garden. And thank you again for sharing. This way we could help draw a younger generation to Christ. Because we're in some troubled times right now. In case you haven't figured it out. Things aren't well. Things are not going right. But you know, it all depends on, if you know scripture, then you understand and you're all right and you're at peace. Because you cannot change what God has in store for us. Because the old saying, or that's not an old saying, it's a saying in the Bible, nothing new under the sun. He doesn't change what he has in store for us. In other words, we as humans, we don't get to create the outcome that we want, because it's his will, not ours. So you could try to change, or put ice cream and cherry on top on your life, but that's you thinking. But the way what God has in store for us is greater than that. So you need to. You'll only understand if you read the gospel. Okay, because His will it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. If you've never taken the time to read your Bible, just read 2 books for me. That's all I ask. The book of Daniel and the last book in the Bible, the Revelation. Because Daniel tells you that he's with Christ, and he shows him what's going to happen. And the book of Revelation is more like the detail. But if you don't have time to read the Bible, just read those 2 books, man. The book of Daniel and the Revelation. And you'll be caught up to speed. You'll know what's in store. And you won't have to fear. You'll be joyful because you know that God has already won the war. All right? Just remember that. The battle has already been won. All right, brothers and sisters. Once again, thank you all for sharing. And I hope you enjoyed this garden video update. I hope it wasn't too noisy. But sometimes I feel like I'm in Paradise Road, where John Milner raced alfalfa. It's great to hear the cars drag racing at night sometimes, but it doesn't happen that often. It's not like you're on Thunder Road. Anyways, if you never watched that movie, I'll pray for you. Have a great evening, and I love you all. And thank you once again for sharing the videos.